Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're going to be taking a first look at a game which comes out today called Danger in Pompeii. This is the Historical Gamer after the recording, telling you I have no idea why I said Pompeii that way. I know how to pronounce Pompeii, but for some bizarre reason I kept calling it Pompeii regularly throughout the stream, so I don't know what's going on there, but you know, sorry. Now this is a little bit different than some of the footage we've shown on the channel before, in that I believe this is primarily an educational-ish game. They've actually got a menu in the settings screen for like teachers to log in so they can choose which quests to do, which is kind of interesting. It's made by DNA Studios and it's a short little adventure game. It's not massively expensive. It's like $5. So I assume it's not like a, you know, 100-hour game or anything like that. I assume it's pretty sort of marginal, but you know, let's take a look. It's an interesting game. The concept here is that you are kind of I assume it's like a side-scrolling adventure game from what I can see. Takes place in Pompeii, or Pompeii. Why do I keep saying Pompeii? The day of the eruption of Vesuvius in 79 AD. And so like, I believe it sort of takes you through the period of shortly before, showing you what it's like to live in a Roman city, and then leads you through the eruption and the impacts of that, I would think. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look. So you can choose as a female Flavia or as a male Flavius. Who plays Flavius? Tutor Privatus. Flavius. Your good lar orders you to stand up. Okay, so I'm assuming we're like a rascal who's still asleep. Okay, so this is probably the tutorial or something like that. There we go. Sorry, I've been a little bit inactive lately, guys. I actually fell and broke 3 bones in my ribs. I broke 2 ribs twice. I feel like an old man, but yeah, we've got very slippery stairs, and we've put runners down because our dog used to slip on them all the time before she passed, and my wife actually slipped on them a couple years ago, so we put runners down, but like the edge of the step still very slippery outside the runner, and I've got big feet because I'm kind of tall, and stepped a little too far, slipped, fell on my back, and broke 3 bones. So that was, or 2 bones, 1 twice. So that's been fun. And my wife fucked up her elbow, like carrying a heavy box and like ramming into a wall, not a wall, into like a child gate that she didn't quite get high enough over. So we've been dealing with you know, the THG household over here is kind of collapsing here. But let's go ahead and wants me to pick up the statue. Whoa, spacebar dive. Also just generally interact. Okay. All right, so all right, my parents are waiting for me in the pier style for prayer. Okay. Where am I supposed to be going here? Oh, is that the garden? I assume the game is trying to mix in a lot of different Latin words here for folks who might be in Latin class, which I took Latin class. I took 3 years of Latin in middle school. Can't say I know any of it anymore. So I've seen some comments that maybe the Latin translation needs a little bit of work in this, but sure. 79 AD, I'm assuming though it's still pretty pagan Rome. Okay, spirits of the ancestors of the family. Ancestors of the wife of Nero, former emperor. Why are we praying to Nero? Okay. Gonna go gather everyone for the ritual of Lars god. Will you help me prepare for the ceremony? Get the offerings and then join us in front of the atrium. Don't need all the grapes. Okay. I'm actually sitting on an ice pack right now. Or not sitting, like up against my back. All right, so we got to get an incense box, a grape of Bacchus, olive oil, a statuette of the good god Lar, and then a wine horn. Okay, I don't know any of the... This is a big ass house. Guess I can't interact with any of those doors. Dive! 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 Here's some grapes by the looks of it. How do I... Oh, once the green grapes? Okay. So I'd rather the purple grapes. I'm not a big green grape fan, but... Thermal baths, can't go in there. Oh wait, what's this? A Papyrus scroll, a contract from Dad. No, man, keep it. All right, we got our good old wine horn. Statue of the god. What do we still need? Olive oil, incense, and an incense box. Guessing the olive oil's in the kitchen, right? So let's go back in there and go in there. Is this our cook or something? I knew the olive oil would be in the kitchen. Apparently the kitchen is also a garden though. I was thinking I was going to jump in the water there. All right, so we just need the incense box, which... Where would that be? Hello, doggy. Mommy, daddy. Get back, barbarian? What? Okay. Little kiddo's a fan of Caesar, I guess. What did she say? I'm wiser than brother. Okay. This the incense box? There we go. Yay, objective complete. I don't play a lot of side-scrolling adventure games. The only one I can really think of is Valiant Hearts, at least any recently, and that wasn't recent. But there you go, Father. Here's all the things you requested. Now we can go worship. Really wants to bring us through a whole ritual. By Jupiter! Is the statuette broken? I mean, if the house just like shook like that, maybe we should go check on the mountain. By the way, one of my favorite scenes is in movies. Oh. What was that? Or was this like a vision? What a strange vision. One of my favorite scenes in a movie was in Dante's Peak, like the eruption starts and they're in a school and then they rush to the outside. And just the initial scene you see where you see this previously picturesque mountain with like the top blown and just a stream of smoke straight up. It's a pretty cool little bit. Also, like, our whole house just shook. No one seems to care. Maybe the earthquakes are coming. Was it an earthquake? I don't even know. All right, so now we got to go into town. Into town. Flavius, Savai. Did you feel it? Oh, so it was an earthquake. Okay. Show the statue of the tutor. Okay. Thank you for your help, Tutor Privatus. That wasn't helpful at all. Ooh. We got a little map of Pompeii. Does it tell me where the tutor is? There's transportation points. Interesting. Is that what this dude is? Is that the tutor? It doesn't actually show me anything. Am I running the wrong way? No. It'll be almost right on top of him, assuming that's him. I did well to come. Mercury, the messenger of the gods, came to speak to me in a dream, and he asked me to build this sundal for you. I hope you understand how it works. No, I don't. You are the instructions. Okay. Sundal. It's a sundial. What the hell? I messed up Pompeii with Pompeii, and now I'm calling a sundial a sundal. What the fuck? It's broken rib. These pain meds. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not actually on any pain meds right now. But different things give you different visions, huh? Oh no! The home's going to collapse. Probably all the ash from the volcano on the roof. But boy, do you have a lot of stones on your roof. Those were some pretty big stones for a roof. All right, anyway. All right, so it's going to tell me, like, go to different icons on the map to get more visions, I guess. Mercury wants to warn us of disaster. We have to decipher the message to save everybody. Help your friends solve their mysterious problems. Okay. All right, let's go. I don't really want to shop, but what do they have to say? It's shopping time. In this shop, we can spend our siestas to change clothes or buy new accessories. Serves no purpose, but it's very elegant. Okay, so if I wanted to customize my character, I guess I could do it through this. I have no money to spend, so nothing. Bye. A point of interest. All right. So that's going to show us coins. And this is where the educational stuff weaves in.
How much does it cost? In Pompeii, 1 kilo of wheat costs half a sesterce. A liter of ordinary wine costs 1 sesterce, and a tunic costs 15 sesterces. A worker earns 4 sesterces per day of work. A legionary earns 2.5 sesterces per day. A school teacher earns 2 sesterces per student per month. With 30 students, he earns 60 sesterces per month. A famous gladiator could be bought for several thousand sesterces, which equals dozens of aurei.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot of points of interest. All right, so I'm sure I could actually spend quite a bit of time in this game checking out all the different points of interest and learning a bit. And obviously, again, the game is intended as an educational thing. I guess I want to look at another. I want to try and get more of the visions, you know, like. I think what's the sundial loaf of bread does give us another vision. Let's do that. And then, all right, let's go down this way. And we can head down this street. I think I'm going the right way. Oh. Wait, I'm confused. That's the bread thing. What's this guy want? What a misfortune. The donkey who runs the mill ran away during the earthquake and the baker's still looking for him. This is the best bakery, but I can't bake bread anymore. Cassius, the baker's son, knows the recipe for the perfect bread, but he refuses to come down and help. Okay. Maybe he'll listen to me. I guess that means we have to go up the stairs. Why won't you come down, young one? Oh, you look like you're painting. Okay. You know anything about art? Come back and see me when you've seen this fresco in the beautiful house at the Septentronius Street. And typical adventure fashion, it's going to send you down a bunch of different routes to try and, you know, handle these quests. So the mill isn't moving, the donkey ran away, and the person with the recipe is not being helpful. So I'm assuming I gotta go find other stuff. Or do I have to go back into that bakery? I've heard that in order to unlock frescoes, you must first open their points of interest. Okay. So this kind of, it's hand holding you a bit because you are still in sort of the early tutorial phase of this. But you can see, obviously, it's teaching you more about, you know, the beginning of the mythical Trojan War, the prince, blah, 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 fresco, sacrifice of Iphigenia. You can listen
We
to
are
the
at the start
description.
of the famous Trojan War between the Greeks and the Trojans. The Greek boats cannot leave because the winds are not favourable. The leader of the Greek kings, Agamemnon, questions the soothsayer. What to do? The priest replies that it is necessary to sacrifice the first living being that Agamemnon sees when he leaves. Horror! It's his daughter, Iphigenia. She therefore prepares to be sacrificed. But at the last minute, Diana, the goddess of the hunt, takes pity on her and replaces her with a doe.
Oh, how nice. Okay. So you can see there we uncovered another point of interest, and it was one of the ones on the why is this shaking? Dive. Bacchus and Vesuvius.
The god of wine, Bacchus, born from the thigh of Jupiter, travels the world to bring the cultivation of the vine. Here you see him dressed in grapes, fertilizing Mount Vesuvius with his stick. The region's wine will be abundant, and we will be able to party. The big snake is a good genie. His power, which comes from the earth, protects the mountain.
Fertilizing the slopes with a stick? Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to play through all this. I get the sense this isn't the longest game. Again, it's only $5. It's an interesting little educational tool. And I thought you all might be interested in seeing a little bit of it. But with that being said, given I am, sitting on a pack of ice or leaned up against a pack of ice in any event, I don't think we'll be doing any long recording sessions tonight. So I hope you all enjoyed Danger in Pompeii. And why do I keep saying Pompeii? Pompeii. Because I know how to say that word. I've got like Pompey the Great in my head for some reason, and the spelling's different, so that's dumb. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little look at Danger in Pompeii. DNA Studios comes out today. Little educational game. It does go through the whole eruption and things like that, and you'll have to continue to try and like save people while it teaches you about it. And at least on the trailer, I saw a little bit where you're like running from a pyroclastic cloud, which is funny because you can't run from a pyroclastic cloud. You'll just get subsumed. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out. Bye.